Welcome to www.thecanadiantest.com, your trusted resource for Canadian Citizenship Test preparation. In this video, we will present 20 new unique questions drawn directly from the official guide, Discover Canada: The Rights and Responsibilities of Citizenship. Each question in this practice test video comes with a detailed explanation to enhance your understanding. Please watch the video continuously for the best learning experience. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started.
Question 1. What document, issued in 1763 by King George III, laid the foundation for negotiating treaties with Aboriginal peoples in Canada? Option A, Magna Carta. Option B, Treaty of Paris. Option C, Royal Proclamation. Option D, Quebec Act. The correct answer is Royal Proclamation. Explanation: the Royal Proclamation of 1763 was a crucial document that guaranteed territorial rights to Aboriginal peoples in Canada, setting the stage for treaty negotiations. Question 2. What is the full form of RCAF? Option A, Royal Canadian Army Force. Option B, Royal Canadian Armed Forces. Option C, Royal Canadian Artillery Force. Option D, Royal Canadian Air Force. The correct answer is Royal Canadian Air Force. Explanation: the Royal Canadian Air Force is the Air Force of Canada. Question 3. What event marked the end of the Roaring Twenties? Option A, the Great Depression. Option B, Prohibition. Option C, World War I. Option D, women's suffrage. The correct answer is the Great Depression. Explanation: the stock market crash of 1929 triggered the Great Depression, ending the prosperous era of the Roaring Twenties. Unemployment soared, reaching 1933. Question 4. Who founded the women's suffrage movement in Canada? Option A, Emily Stowe. Option B, Manitoba. Option C, property owning males. Option D, democratic countries. The correct answer is Emily Stowe. Explanation: Dr. Emily Stowe, Canada's first female physician, initiated the women's suffrage movement. Question 5. What is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police known as in short? Option A, RCM. Option B, CMR. Option C, NPRC. Option D, RCMP. The correct answer is RCMP. Explanation: the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is commonly abbreviated as ARCMP. Question 6. How long was the term Dominion of Canada used officially? Option A, 50 years. Option B, 75 years. Option C, 100 years. Option D, 125 years. The correct answer is 100 years. Explanation: the title Dominion of Canada was written into the Constitution, was used officially for about 100 years, and remains part of our heritage today. Question 7. What were the consequences for the rebels after the 1837 rebellions? Option A, victorious establishment of a republic. Option B, hanged or exiled. Option C, granted amnesty. Option D, given political power. The correct answer is hanged or exiled. Explanation: many rebels faced execution or exile as a consequence. Question 8. Where was Major General Robert Ross buried with full military honors? Option A, Halifax. Option B, Washington, D.C. Option C, Toronto. Option D, Montreal. The correct answer is Halifax. Explanation: Major General Robert Ross died in battle soon afterwards and was buried in Halifax with full military honors. Question 9. Which constitutional act of 1791 divided the province of Quebec into Upper Canada and Lower Canada? Option A, the Quebec Act of 1774. Option B, the Constitutional Act of 1791. Option C, the Act for the Union of Canada of 1840. Option D, the British North America Act of 1867. The correct answer is the Constitutional Act of 1791. Explanation: the Constitutional Act of 1791 was an act of the British Parliament that divided the province of Quebec into Upper Canada and Lower Canada. Question 10. Which Confederation of First Nations battled with the French settlements for a century before making peace in 1701? Option A, Algonquin. Option B, Montagnais. Option C, Huron. Option D, Iroquois. The correct answer is Iroquois. Explanation: the Iroquois, a confederation of First Nations, battled with the French settlements for a century before making peace in 1701. Question 11. What was the primary livelihood of the Cree and Dean Indigenous groups in the Northwest? Option A, hunting and gathering. Option B, agriculture. Option C, nomadic lifestyle. Option D, fishing. The correct answer is hunting and gathering. Explanation: the Cree and Dean of the Northwest sustained themselves through hunting and gathering. Question 12. Who among the following Nobel Prize-winning scientists was a refugee from Nazi Germany? Option A, John Polanyi. Option B, Sidney Altman. Option C, Richard E. Taylor. Option D, Gerhard Herzberg. The correct answer is Gerhard Herzberg. Explanation: Gerhard Herzberg, one of the Nobel Prize-winning scientists mentioned, was a refugee from Nazi Germany, having fled persecution during that period. Question 13. When were Aboriginal people granted the right to vote in Canada? Option A, 1948. Option B, 1960. Option C, 1975. Option D, 1985. The correct answer is 1960. Explanation: Aboriginal people were granted the right to vote in 1960, expanding democratic participation in Canada. Question 14. Which military alliance was formed by Canada and other democratic countries in response to the Communist bloc's control in Eastern Europe? Option A, NORAD. Option B, Warsaw Pact. Option C, SEATO. Option D, NATO. The correct answer is NATO. Explanation: to counter the Communist bloc's influence, Canada, along with other democratic countries, formed the North Atlantic Treaty Organization as a military alliance. Question 15. who appoints the Lieutenant Governor in Canada? Option A, Prime Minister. Option B, Governor General. Option C, Sovereign. Option D, Provincial Premier. The correct answer is Governor General. Explanation: the Lieutenant Governor is appointed by the Governor General on the advice of the Prime Minister. Question 16. What is the primary purpose of the committee stage in the legislative process in Canada? Option A, to introduce the bill to the public. Option B, to debate and vote on the bill. Option C, to study the bill clause by clause. Option D, to finalize the bill for royal assent. The correct answer is to study the bill clause by clause. Explanation: during the committee stage, members of the committee carefully examine the bill, discussing and scrutinizing each clause individually. This stage allows for a detailed review of the proposed legislation. Question 17. What is Canada's system of government? Option A, presidential democracy. Option B, parliamentary democracy. Option C, direct democracy. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is parliamentary democracy. Explanation: Canada is a parliamentary democracy, which means that the people elect representatives to the House of Commons and to the provincial and territorial legislatures. These representatives are responsible for passing laws, approving and monitoring expenditures, and keeping the government accountable. Question 18. What is one of the key responsibilities of the provincial and territorial governments? Option A, education. Option B, national defense. Option C, social and community health. Option D, foreign policy. The correct answer is education. Explanation: provincial and territorial governments oversee education, managing curriculum, funding, and policies, ensuring quality and accessibility for all students across regions. Question 19. In an election, how should voters express their choice on the ballot? Option A, draw a line through the candidate's name. Option B, circle the candidate's name. Option C, mark an X in the circle next to the candidate's name. Option D, write the candidate's name in a blank space. The correct answer is mark an X in the circle next to the candidate's name. Explanation: to cast a valid vote, voters should mark an X in the circle next to the name of their chosen candidate on the ballot. This clear and standard method helps ensure accurate and unambiguous vote counting during the election process. Question 20. What role does the Prime Minister play in calling an election after a government defeat? Option A, the Prime Minister has no say in the matter. Option B, the Prime Minister can call an election without seeking approval. Option C, the Prime Minister asks the Governor General to call an election. Option D, the Prime Minister directly informs the Sovereign to call an election. The correct answer is the Prime Minister asks the Governor General to call an election. Explanation: in the event of a government defeat, the Prime Minister usually asks the Governor General, on behalf of the Sovereign, to call an election.
Thanks for watching. We hope you answered all the questions correctly and this practice test helped you prepare for your Canadian Citizenship Test. Remember to check out www.thecanadiantest.com for more free resources and practice tests. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more helpful videos and information. Good luck on your journey to Canadian Citizenship Test.